Hey guys, this is Sea Lion. I'm going to be bringing you my third ranked game commentary. I actually just finished playing this game. It's quite a good game, so decided I'd do a commentary straight away. So after winning this game, my ELO was 1,502. So this game broke me into 1500s again. I broke 1500s numerous times, but then I end up getting some 4v5 games or some levers, and then amongst all that, I'll actually lose a game. Believe it, you can't win every game. I'll actually lose a game in between that, and so I'll lose 2 or 3 really quickly. But I'll be playing Brand this game. As far as team setups go, we have Shaco, me as Brand, Caitlyn, the new Dragon, Shyvana, Talon versus Cassiopeia, Gangplank, Wukong, Tristana, Taric. Now you might be thinking our team comp is a little weird, and that is because our team in chat was horrible. Shaco was like, I want a jungle. Yep, no worries. And then our 4th pick locks in Shyvana, me jungle or I'll AFK. So Shaco goes, alright, I'll go support Shaco. And then our bottom pick Talon was like, I'm so pro. If I don't get solo, I will also AFK. And so we ended up letting him solo top, and he fed 4 or 5 kills. Worst Talon I've ever seen in my life. But enough about how bad Talon is. We'll see that for ourselves. So I'm just protecting blue here. We'll lock the camera, that makes it easier. I'm protecting blue. Shyvana starts at Wraith and then does the mini golems. So we have Caitlyn and Shaco down bot, which they do quite well with. But this Talon, I just can't believe this guy. And I placed a bet with Shaco. I was like, if he feeds, $10 saying he feeds, and he was completely fail. But so this game was 1480, 1490. I ended up 1502 ELO. So it does happen up in this ELO. And actually after the game I did check out Talon's match history, and he'd only won 7 or 8 games, and so all that means is he's won 7 or 8 games and made it up here, and he doesn't deserve to be up here, but because it's his first few games he gains a lot of ELO, and so he's been carried up. So I actually felt really bad after this game because we carried this Talon up further than what he probably should be. But as far as laning goes, I am up against Cassiopeia. So as you just see Tristana walking across the screen, I'm up against Cassiopeia, and so I went boots. I'm always going boots against someone like Cassiopeia or Karthus that really relies on hitting those skill shots. I'm going boots. She didn't actually start with boots, so I had a massive early game advantage, especially against Cassiopeia. I mean, she's such a strong laner, and by not starting with boots, she basically gave me the early game, which allowed me to really take off. So I grab E first. I'm just going to poke her with E when I can, but generally against Cass, once I get my W, you'll see I won't go for the E poke. I'll open up with the W, because if I'm going in for E, she'll just run back, kite me, hit her skill shots. So it's too easy to hit skill shots if someone's coming at you generally, because the angle is there. She just knows. But yeah, she doesn't start with boots. So as you can see, go for the W. I'm hitting a few, miss a few, but I do eventually win my lane. So if we quickly go up top, we got Talon versus Wukong. This is a really bad Talon. I'll spell out his name, so if you ever see this guy, dodge him in Q. VXO Lume, Lume. If you see this guy, just dodge. Dear God, dodge. Really bad player, but not his fault. It's simply because he's won his first few games in ranked, and he's been dragged up higher than what he should be. And that's the issue I find with 1400, 1500. You do get a lot of people that have been carried up, in their first few games, but they really don't deserve to be there. Don't get me wrong, there are some people who do deserve to be there, but definitely not. But we've got Shaco Kate. That's quite annoying, that lane, because they got Taric down there, but he's not going to be able to control bushes at all. And Tristana's very much Taric's stun. Tristana's burst, she wants to jump on you, but she's not going to be able to do that because they got Jack in the Boxes, they got traps, and so they do quite well in that bot lane, which is always good. This Shyvana jungle wasn't much better either. She didn't give me buffs or Caitlyn buffs during mid to late game. Like, she should be handing it off to Caitlyn. Caitlyn was doing really well. She should be handing off that red buff. She should be handing me that blue buff, especially because she doesn't have mana. But again, her and Talon were probably duo or something, because they were like, well, AFK. So I'm just going to try to dodge some stuff here. Don't actually do too well, but I end up winning in that exchange. And because I am running pots, I can heal it up, whereas she can't. So I'm just going to, as you can see, I'm starting to zone her out of minions. I got boots, and so I can zone her out. just trying to walk around, and then I get the stun, so I decide to flash in, hit that E, hit that ignite. She dies. That's a kill. I stun her on the tower. I've got to flash in there. I've got to take that kill. I want that early kill. I'm just going to stick around here for that experience. Stick around, grab that experience, recall. I'll pick up a double Doran's ring. Like I've said, similar to Morgana, I like to start with those 2 Dorans, sometimes 3, and that's just going to sustain you in the lane. That's going to give you everything you need. So as we look down, we might just look at the CS counts here quickly. Tristana's only got 7 CS against Caitlyn's 22. Shaco obviously on 1 CS playing support Shaco. He does very well. And then obviously we've got Taric with 0 CS. That's understandable. What do we got? We got Wukong on 18 versus Talon 7. Talon gets face rolled in CS, face rolled in lane, face rolled in CS. So luckily we were able to carry him. I'm currently on 18 versus Cassiopeia's 13, so I'm just winning that exchange, but obviously I do have the kill as well, so it's definitely worth a bit. So what I think Cass came back with boots. Yeah, she came back with boots and 4 health pots. I always laugh at people that come back with like 4 health pots against a burst caster, because generally you burst them down in 1 hit. Is generally, if you get a full combo off, you can burst them down in 1 hit. You know, if you're going the pot strategy, if you're up against someone you're finding it hard to deal with, as you see, I hit a stun, so I'll follow up with a W. Half her health gone, and this will prove my point here, I think. If you're coming back with health pots, once you get bursted down like that, you have to play passively. You have to play passively, wait for those pots to kick in. I'm fairly sure she doesn't here, and I end up getting a kill off her. So, but if you go in the pots, you have to play passively. So, as you can see, I'm just denying her for minions. I start taking a bit more hits here from her skills because she's got boots as well. But as you can see, I'm just zoning her out of the minions because she knows she can't do anything. So I'm just going to walk in, try bait a skill shot, walk back out, get hit by a few of these, unfortunately. But as you can see, she keeps going for last hits, and I just approach her. I'm just approaching her. I'm just saying, forcing her off those last hits. As Caitlyn gets a nice little cooldown bot. So we'll go back down. I haven't actually, first game I've actually played with a Shyvana at all. I don't. Yeah, I don't really like her as a champion, but this is the first game I've ever played with one. Nice little gank there. Nice little come around the side. Tristana's by herself. She's not gonna do very well. But yeah, first game I've actually ran into one. So I'd never run into one in normal games either. Shaq goes around here, nearly gets the kill. So close, so close. Lucky Gangplank, pop that pot. I just come around, see what I can do. Can't make it. Obviously, my flash is still down. But this Shaco is very good. He hangs around a lot, and he ends up just going full support. He goes Heart of Gold. Not sure if he gets a Philosopher's, but he does pick up an Aegis as well. As Talon gives another kill to Wukong, so Wukong's 2-0 now, 30 CS to 10. As I see Shaka coming in, just a little bit too slow, unfortunately, there for him. But as you can see, I'm still zoning out this Cassiopeia. And it just, you know, I will do that pillar Q combo at the same time. That's very strong, because that means if you're hitting that pillar and the Q, they're insta-stun. And that you'll see me use that a lot this playthrough. I do play Brand a lot. Brand and Morgana are probably my 2 most played AP mids. I do play a bit of Cassinan as well. For those of you that watches Valente's channel, I'll put a link in the video description or annotation. He does some pretty good commentaries, and I feature in a lot of them. And I think I've done a few Cassinan games as well. So I'm just pushing the tower. I'm just saying as Shyvana gets caught out, I'm pretty sure she just dies. Yeah, you can see the health bars updated because I looked down to see what could happen. Talon has broken 11 CS, so that's all good. He's got 11 CS now, so but most of the calling Talon shithouse didn't happen until the very end. You got to be careful with people like this. You know, he was like, I solo or AFK. All right, go solo, go feed, do whatever. Try not to say too much. So I see they're attacking Wukong, and I know they're not gonna have enough damage to take him out because this Talon is bad. And he's not even level 6, so I decide to come around. I'd say, yep, keep pushing, just keep me some vision. Keep me some vision, and then I decide to come in. I flash. I hit the E and the ignite. I didn't want to bother using skill shots or wasting my ult, so using conflagration. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. Conflagration. the E skill on Brand, and the Ignite is easy kill. I'm not going to stuff around with Pillar or the Seer on the Q. I'm not going to, or I don't, like I said, I don't want to waste my ult, and I'm not going to don't want to stuff around with skill shots under the tower like that. I just want to kill Wukong. I just want to make sure I get the kill, because I know Talon's doing horrible against him. I just need to confirm that kill. And that's kind of one of those things, you know. Talon was really bad, but seeing that opportunity there, that Shaco kind of set up, and I saw that opportunity to get that kill, we ended up getting that tower, and it makes it a lot harder for Wukong to get farm and stuff. So same again, I just see a fight going down here, so I start heading down. I decide to go all the way around this way, hoping to cut someone off. I don't think I end up getting anyone out of this though, because Tristana retreats and Taric just goes into the bush. But that's what you kind of got to be looking for. If you're playing mid, look out for those things, you know. Especially in a game like this where we have a really bad Talon. You know, I secured a kill for him. We got that top tower. It makes it really hard for Wukong now. And Talon doesn't do too bad after this point because of that. And that's what you want to be looking for. Especially if you're playing mid. Especially if you think you should be a higher elo. Do things like that. Set your team up. And overall, you're going to win more games. You know, no use complaining about it. I mean, this Talon was bad. Me and Chaco complained about it a lot after the game. You know, post-game in the chat, we complained about him a lot. But during the game, we tried not to piss him off, because he's probably a 5-year-old or something, and you start saying too many bad things about him. Shaka goes in here for the kill. Unfortunately, doesn't quite get that, but he does go around for the kill. He's smart, this Shaka. I like his playstyle. But yeah, Talon's probably some 5-year-old. You don't want to be pissing them off. If you piss them off, you're going to lose because it's 4v5. You may as well just deal with it. Now, I take a bit out of position there, but I know Shaco's there, so I turn around and stun her so Shaco can clean that up. Easy stuff like that. I knew I was dead. No point running. That slow on Cassiopeia's ult was too strong, but I knew Shaco was in the air, so I knew if I threw a stun, he'd be good. As far as what I've bought now is, I picked up a needlessly large rod, some wards, because I was farming quite well. I was able to buy the needlessly large rod, so I picked that up, farming quite well. So, as I can see, Talon is level 7 at the moment versus Wukong level 9. He got completely rolled as Shyvana comes in. I don't know, I don't really like Shyvana jungle. I would have much preferred the Shaco to jungle, but she does okay. Now, I don't know what she's doing here. She's just fighting by herself, sticking around. She thinks she can beat Wukong 1v1. Thankfully, she gets her dragon to escape. Shaco pops a jack-in-the-box, but I don't know why she was fighting there. This is a bad place to fight, especially because you don't have vision here. Cassiopeia can just run through here and come through. If I had a ward here, yeah, maybe, but it's best not to. It's Talon. Talon does build Trinity Force this game too, which is not an item you want to be going on Talon. It's not how you play him. You play him raw AD assassin. Trinity is not for him, so I do actually bring that up later. I go, oh, I now understand why you're bad, Talon. You're building a Trinity. And he's like, say one more word, AFK. And I was just like, alright, whatever, let's just win this game. So as you can see, I am warding that now. I want a bit of vision there. I'm beating this Cassiopeia quite well. 73 CS to 52. I got a level advantage on her. Obviously, I got the farm advantage. She does pick up full boots before me, though, so I've got to be careful of that. I've got to be careful that she has the movement advantage over me now. But as you can see, GP does a good job there of just moving that stun, and then he comes in. You know, I see Shaco, so we're going to go for something here. Cassiopeia decides to go too close and ward that. I don't really like that, but luckily I was a little too far back to do anything about it. Here they engage in on the side. I think we catch Gangplank out, or it might be Wukong. Yeah, Wukong just is recalling. So they go in. So I'm going to walk around. I want to try and land a good ult here, so I'll probably lead with the ult even. No, I lead with the E for the faster bounce straight off Gangplank. And that's the best way to do it. If you can, E first into ult, because it's going to give that first bounce a lot more speed. And that's what you want to do. And then follow up with a pillar if you can. You want to try tag them while your ult's going, so that you're going to get the faster move speed. It really helps before they separate. But we end up winning that exchange. So I end up pushing mid pretty hard, nearly take mid, because I know I really want to force our advantage. I know we can't rely on Talon. Shyvana's not very good, so that's what I want to do. I really want to take these towers early, give us lots of map control, so it's really hard to screw up, lose the game. Obviously, pick up some dragons. I think I do say that soon. I'm like, guys, we need some dragons. You know, let's force this advantage. Kate just free farming down bot, too easy for her. She ends up having a very nice CS.
Not so much at the moment, but she's got 3 kills, and I mean she does nearly have double the CS as Tristana. It's okay CS, it's just not as much as it could be if it was pure laning phase, but obviously lots of kills, lots of movement around. Now I'll go recall here. Obviously I want to pick up my tier 2 boots. I decided to stay actually, yep, because of the 2 pushing mid. I don't want to let them get free tower damage. I don't really have to be. I have enough mana for a pillar. I can pillar the minions, take them out really quickly. But I don't really need to be as such. So, quickly take them out. No worries. Kill that minion, and then I do decide to recall. Obviously I want those full boots. So, just speed this up quickly. No, I decided to stay. Oh, I was typing. Me and Shaka were having some long D&Ms about how bad Talon was. But Shaco, very good, very good. And I have seen a lot of good Shacos lately, and it's nice to see. I do appreciate good Shacos, but the problem is when you run into a bad one, it's either really bad or really good with Shaco. You know, one of those champions that I either seem to get really good ones or just really horrible ones. I'm actually, here you go, I asked for blue and she just takes blue, but we won't go into that because we end up winning the game, so I'm happy. Actually, interesting release by Riot today about same day, whatever day this is, November something. November the 5th. They're talking about reducing Flash's range, increasing the cooldown again, making it. They want to make it obviously not so everyone takes it, which is fair enough. I mean, in this game, in every game, there's 10 flashes. It really does feel like it's Flash and something else. I mean, everyone has Flash. Simple as that. Everyone takes Flash. And your other summoner is your summoner spell. So they're talking about reducing the increasing the cooldown rather, and decreasing the range. So obviously I head down here. Shaco's in a good spot there. He sees them all running down. I obviously am coming down. This is what I need to do. Look at that. Although, I'm going to come in with my ult here. Land that E. She flashes just before I can stun. So I flash, ult, hit my W. Tristana Taric go down instantly. Followed up by Cassiopeia. Easy. Easy. And that's what you got to be looking out for. Stuff like that. So, we're going to push the tower, and that's what we want. We want to push these towers early, before Talon has a chance to screw up our team fights. But yeah, and they're also reducing the effectiveness of Clairvoyance, so increasing the cooldown there, making it less of a hinder for junglers, I think was the words they used. So that will be interesting to see, and obviously they're bringing back Promote. You can use it on a cannon minion. And what else will they bring back? A rally type skill. Similar to rally, except it's on your champion, kind of like Severe's ult, I guess. And instead of placing it down and it being a static spot, you can kind of champion cast it. So that'd be interesting. Maybe supports might start taking that, or I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. And then there's also the kind of buff heal, make it more stronger late game, which would be very good. I mean, it's quite a good summon spell early, definitely, and it works quite well. But the problem is it just doesn't scale into late game, and late game you feel like you only have one summoner. So good job to Riot for kind of noticing those issues and fixing them. This is just Caitlyn getting caught out, way out of position. Still blows Flash, but you know, I do hate that when you blow Flash and then you die anyway, and you wasted Flash. And I'm sure it's going to get more annoying when they nerf Flash, but it's needed. It's needed. I don't think anyone could argue saying that it shouldn't be done, because every game there's 10 Flashes on the team, occasionally 9. Rare occasions there might only be 8 Flashes in the game. I mean, it definitely needed to be changed. As far as the score goes, though, for this game, it's 13-6. I'm sitting on 5-1. Shaco's doing well. He's 3-0. He's doing well. Kate's 4-2. Talon, I'm not even going to get into. Shyvana's doing alright, I guess. Talon's got 60 CS. I don't know how you have 60 CS at 20 minutes at this level. Me and Caitlyn both broken 100 CS, obviously. Cassiopeia does that much CS, mainly because of Deny. As you can see, I'm just poking with that Q. Easy W on Cassiopeia, so I'm going to hit that. That's half her health gone. I actually reckon I get dived here, because Shaco leaves, and I do tell the jungler to come mid instead of recalling. So I end up getting dived, but I get my ult on Gangplank. I get some good bounces. Nearly kill them all. If it's just one of those things, if one other person was there, quadra kill under the tower. I mean, they might not have dived, but I think Talon comes in to try to clean this up. I think he manages to get one, and then he gets raped in the face. Yeah, there you go. He wouldn't even kill Tarek. No, it was off, and he ends up dying. I don't know why he led with his ult. He should have jumped in with the silence, raked, ulted, because they would have all kind of closed in on him. Ulted, it's going to do a lot of damage, and then he can jump to whichever one he needs to finish off. So, I don't really know. But we do get a lot of kills here. We do clean up nicely, so it's all good, you know. We ended up winning the game, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'll try not to complain. I try not to when we win. I mean, obviously, when this game started, I was like, why did I play a rank? This was actually a solo. I don't solo very often, but this was actually a solo game. Usually I like to duo with Valente or, you know, anyone. I have added a lot of people. Me and Kate just going to push this mid tower here, do some damage on it. Not too worried about Tarek. Gets a bit out of position, so I go for the stun. Unfortunately, I missed the stun, but I still take off half his health, so we can push this tower easily. But yes, this is the first solo queue game I've played in a while, and I just regretted it the second I had the two people say, I jungle or AFK, I solo or AFK, and, you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know, the amount of good games you have in ranked aren't actually that many, I find. I do have some good games with duo, but solo, I just don't have that many good games. You know, it's both ways. Obviously, you know, I don't count a good game a game where the other team has a lever or a feeder or a troll. That's not a good game. That's just a free win, you know. Sure, it's nice and it makes up for the fact that times when I have a feeder or a lever, but it's not a good game. To me, it's a waste of 20 minutes most of the time. I'd rather play a good game and lose. You know, you kind of learn something when you lose, and I did that a lot in season 1. I actually cost my team a lot of games, and then I'd realise why. I'd be like, well, you know, I was the fed one, you know, I should have been more safe with my life, or, you know, I should have known they were there, or I shouldn't have gauged on that person, you know, just general learning stuff, you know, and I mean, I've been playing LoL for nearly 2 years now, I think. It's been a bloody long time. But I'd like to think I've learned something in that time. So now, obviously, we got complete map control, so we're just kind of roaming the map. I mean, Shaco's got 3 to deal with, so I was going top, but I was like, better go bot, because I know they will dive Shaco. No reason not to. But his plan is to kind of bait them, and then he's going to deceive just in time, but unfortunately he gets hit by the stun. They're a bit slow on the move in, so he manages to deceive, so I come in. I hit my Q, miss my W unfortunately, but I chase this down pretty well. I hit the E, hit the Q, followed up with Ignite, because I want to save my ult and Pillar for Wukong. He gets away, or at least he thinks he does. So, Caitlyn ults, doesn't quite kill him, but Shaco's in position to clean that up. So, he just dies for it though. Obviously, hit my stun on Tarek, follow up with a W. That's what you want to do as Brand. You want to get used to hitting that Q. You always want to lead with your E, hit with your Seer, your Q ability, follow it up with an easy pillar. And then of course if you have ult. You want to try avoid ulting if there's nothing around though, because you're only going to get the one bounce. But against a single target, if it's the difference between obviously them dying and them not dying, throw your ult on. There's no reason not to. But you're definitely in team fights. You want to wait for them to group up. Good Brand ults really change the dynamic of the fight. So that's what we want to focus on. So just pushing bot here, end up deciding to recall. Obviously, it's still early in the game. It's only 23 minutes in, so even after a fight like that, we can't really push because the spawn timers are still pretty small. This is just Shyvana getting caught out here. But we end up doing alright. This Gangplank, I don't know how he fell behind. It wasn't really that great. He kind of fell behind really quickly in the game. But just Shyvana going Rambo, I don't know why. Just as I come in, I'm going to ult here, get a few bounces between Tarek and Cassiopeia. Don't end up killing them, unfortunately. Then I get slowed, I decide to flash, I miss my Q, miss my W, Tarek stuns me, so she's going to escape with like 8 health. But then I end up hitting a Q on Tarek there, it hits him there, and then he ends up dying due to my passive, so I just go back. Obviously I see he's low, so I decide to go back to help, but then I realise, no point, he is dead. Still there, Wraith quickly, and get on with the pushing. So me and Caitlyn, obviously with Caitlyn I know we can take this tower down easily. And the respawn times are starting to build up. We got 30 seconds, you know. They're all up in 10. I think we take the tower and just decide to B. I mean, we do have a massive lead, but you can still lose games, even with a massive lead if you're not careful. And I've had that happen to me heaps of times. You have a massive lead, and then your team just starts screwing around, and you can hand them the game back. You know, they might go get Baron or something, or you just let them pick you off, and they start getting fed. You know, you got to watch doing that, because you can turn an easy win into a easy loss, and I've done that heaps of times. But I just realised we don't have a ward on Dragon here, so I'm just going to go down and ward it. You know, that's another thing. If you believe you are, you know, better than everyone else, sometimes you do have to take on a lot of the warding roles. And I did do this game, you know, especially for Talon, you know, ping him a lot, be like, get out, get out. This is when I noticed she's building Trinity. But I think I've already complained about Talon enough for this commentary. So we'll get on to the more important stuff about how he gets caught out in their jungle. And then Chaco decides to get revenge, and he gets caught out as well. But no issue with Chaco, because he did really good this game. So obviously just keep that farming, keep pushing. I decided to go ward Baron. I decided better go the safe way. If their team was smart, they would have gone to Baron after that, because they were all there. We had 2 down. I would have just Baroned. Just go Baron, take Baron, and then they stand a chance, you know. As she takes blue with her red buff, but game's over. They've got a fight going on here. Obviously, just unloading my ult. We catch him out. We go, yeah, let's push. I just keep telling them, like, let's push. I want this game over. So, me and Caitlyn again. Seem to be doing some nice little pushes together. And she's got nice farms, so she just eats through the towers. Obviously, I got my death cap up, so I hit them pretty good too. So Caitlyn goes for the kill. We decide to back off, obviously because Tarek and all that. I do just make it out. Managed to flash. Do just make it out. And they managed to clean up quite well. This Shyvana, I don't know what she's doing. She jumps in. She jumps in a lot. I don't really know why she's jumping in. Like, some of it's working okay for her because we're so far ahead. But you know, 8 out of 10 times she's dying. I don't know. I don't really know what she's doing. But Caitlyn gets into a fight with Wukong here. Obviously, throwing the exhaust on Caitlyn. Shaka comes in. Too much. Wukong goes down. So, Talon, I don't know what he ran into, but he's obviously barely survived. Very good Shaco. He knows when to get out, knows when to get in, and I like that. So, Caitlyn gets caught out here, but I come in. I drop that Tristana instantly. I ult. Get the bounce, 1 bounce onto Tarek, 1 onto Cassiopeia. Was unlucky not to get more bounces, but obviously I'm just going to go around. Kill Tarek, easy. The triple kill for me apparently, I didn't even know, but triple kill. Shaco gets the slow, I'm going to keep going, hit that E, hit that, and then I get the ace. Shaco actually left trying to give me the quadra there, and obviously he was a bit low health, but not a quadra, but we'll count it as an unofficial quadra. We'll do that. So, just push. Shyvana's coming. Time to get the inhibitor. Time to end this game. I think they might surrender now. I can't remember if they actually won through surrender or... No, we destroyed the Nexus. We destroyed the Nexus, I think. I only played this game half an hour ago and I still don't know what happened. Yeah, I think we just push in for the win. Wukong jumps me. He does do a lot of damage, this Wukong. He's nice and fed, but... Go for the other inhibitor. Talon, I'm going to try and not talk about him for the rest of the thing. Might have to buddy him and link him the video and be like, did you realise how badly you played? Nice little blink there by him. Best play he's made all game, definitely. Shaka comes down, so I decide I'm going to head back down. I got double buff. I'm keen for a fight. I'm keen to clean this up and win this. I got ult up. As you can see, there's that W pillar, WQ I was talking about before. Follow up with the ult. I get it on Cass, so I know I'm going to get heaps of bounces. I basically destroy Tristana and Cassiopeia instantly. So easy to clean up. I get stun the gangplank. Follow up with the pillar. Follow up with some auto attacks. I got red. Why not? I'm Brand. And then this is when we end up picking up their inhibitor. As you can see, Caitlyn just eats through. Tristana can't compare. She's only level 14. I end up dying here to Wukong's ult. It's a strong ult, that one, but he's going to die for it. And then they pick up Taric as well. Just too easy. That is game. Quickly go through the scores. Shaco did well, 6-3-14. Me on 14-3-11. Caitlyn 11-4-12 with 182 CS. Very good. Shyvana ended up getting 4-4-10 and Talon 4-4-3. So overall, they didn't do too bad in the end, but you got to help those side lanes. And I did that on at least 2 occasions where it worked out really well. And that really helped Talon get going. I mean, he still wasn't that great a player, but we won. And that's what I'm trying to prove here. You can win with bad players on your team. You just need to give them that support. Try not to make them rage, because they're very ragey, these people. You know, don't tell them they're shit. Tell them after in chat they're shit. You know, so that way they don't rage. You don't lose a 4v5. But anyway, this is the end of this third ranked commentary. I was playing as Brand. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to try and mix up the champions I play. So I've done a Brand one, I've done a Morgana one, I've done a Nocturne one now. Going to try and mix it up. Might do a Caston one next. All of that. Maybe do an Ashe one. I do like playing Ashe down bot lane. But that's this video. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, leave me a comment on anything League of Legends related. What do you think of the game? What champion do you like playing? Leave me a comment. I like reading comments. I like replying to comments. So please leave me a comment. Hope you enjoyed.